If you're watching this channel, I am sure that you have a loaded moon bag that you're not planning to sell for the next 12 to 18 months, but at least until new all-time highs. Now, I have one as well. But the difference between you and me is that I make an additional 10-20% on my tokens with zero added risk and very limited effort from my side. The best part is I will let you into the secret in a second. And if you watch this video to the very end, I will show you exactly how you can make 10, 20, 30, 50% extra on your tokens with zero added risk and very limited effort. So the secret is staking. And before you start turning this video off and start making up excuses that staking is complicated, staking is difficult, staking is risky, I only need 32 ETH, let me prove you wrong. I have heard about staking before as well, mostly from the Earn tab on centralized exchanges, but I had no idea what am I missing out on. There are lots and lots of ways to earn extra income from simply holding the tokens that would just sit in a cold storage or in a centralized exchange doing nothing. The best part is you can do most of these through DeFi, and that means that you can do it from anywhere in the world. There is no KYC and there is no counterparty risk through exchanges. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how staking works and how you can get involved. I'm going to talk about the risks. I'm going to bring you some staking protocols and some coins that I personally stake. Most importantly, I'm going to show you how you can make passive income and extra gains from the tokens you hold in your moonbag with very small effort. So if you have a moonbag sitting somewhere, do not fade this video. I promise you this is a cash cow. You know there are a billion ways to make money in crypto, and I'm on a mission to find them all. My name is 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, and the best part is I share everything I find. So if I can make money, you can make money too. And if you want to make money in general, subscribe to the channel. We literally bring you the best crypto alpha in the industry. And if you're returning or like this content, smash the like button. It means the world to me. And also let me know in the comment section what you want me to look at next or what you thought of the content. I personally reply to every single comment. And one more important announcement before I move on to the video, and that is if you are not following me on Twitter or X, you are missing out on everyday money-making tips. For example, for this video, I wrote a complete thread that explains what staking is, where do I stake, what platforms do I use for staking, what applications do I use, what other resources you need to find the tokens that you want to stake, and so much more. There is a link in the description to the thread, and if you're there, just follow me. I promise you it's worth it. So what is staking and how does it work exactly? Now you might have heard about proof of work, which is the consensus mechanism of Bitcoin. And you might have heard about proof of stake, which is the consensus mechanism of Ethereum. Now with proof of work, validators use computer power to validate the transactions on the blockchain. With proof of stake, however, validators have to lock a certain amount of tokens to be eligible to become validators on the network and be able to validate transactions. When a validator validates a transaction, it mines tokens or gets tokens as a reward. So when you become a validator, you basically lock a certain amount of tokens and you promise that you are not going to tamper with the network. If you tamper with the network, if you try to do any malicious activities, your staked coins might get slashed or might get lost. Now, by locking the tokens and automatically validating the transactions, you are gaining tokens or mining tokens, and that translates as kind of like a yield on your staked coins. So becoming a validator in a network requires several things. It's not that easy because you need computing power, you need a very stable internet, you need uptime, you need a lot of tokens in some cases. And most of the cases you have a minimum lockup period, which means that you will need to lock your coins for a certain amount of time and you are not able to access them. For example, if you want to become a validator on Ethereum, you need to lock 32 ETH for at least 1 year. You have to have constant internet connection, 8 GB of RAM, and a lot of other computing power to be able to run a validator node. All these depend on the protocol. So for example, in the case of Solana, you need a much higher hardware requirement. However, you can lock the smaller amount of coins. So here's the good part though, not every protocol requires you to be a validator to be able to gain staking rewards. So there is something called delegation, which allows users to delegate their tokens to a running validator and therefore still gain a portion of the staking rewards. Now as a delegator, you do not have all the requirements as a validator has. I'm talking about the hardware requirements and the minimum lockup amount, but you trust the validator with your tokens because you will have to delegate your tokens to the validator in order to gain any rewards. And it's very important, even though that you are going to be a delegator, in most cases, you will still have a lockup period that is translated to the validator as well. Important, I will talk about this in a second as well, but the fact that you are a delegator does not mean that you don't need to lock up your coins. So that does not not necessarily mean that you can just jump in and out of a protocol, but it definitely makes it easier to become a validator and get staking rewards. Now, you might have heard about liquid staking and you might have heard about restaking. We're not gonna talk about those in this video because I think they're a little bit more advanced. However, if you want a video on that, let me know in the comment section and we can deep dive into it as well. So it all sounds good and it's all great and whatnot. Now we understand what staking is, but why should you really care? Well, two words: passive income. Staking is a hassle-free way to earn passive income on the tokens that you actually hold. Or if you want to invest in a protocol, you can pick the protocols that you like and yield the highest staking rewards. But there are a lot of other advantages. Number one, you can increase your earnings and limit your losses. So when you stake, your yield is paid out in the currency that you're staking. If you staked 200 tokens on a 10% APR, that means in a year's time, you will earn 20 tokens regardless of the token price. So let me show you how does this translate to actual numbers and how much more you can gain and how well you can limit your losses. So if you look at this table, let's take the example of DOT. I bought 200 dots at $11 per dot and spent about $2,200. Now, if you look at this table here, the total profit by 2025 March, let's say the token goes up to $15. If it goes up to $15, if I just holded the token, hodled, and didn't do anything else, I gained $800 as a profit. So I would have $3,000. If I staked it on Coinbase, where currently you get 7% APR, you would have earned $1,010. That means you would have earned $200 more if you stake on Coinbase. But if you are staking, for example, DOT, you're staking in their ecosystem on chain, you would have earned $1,340. And that means that you basically earned $500 more just by holding the DOT token in another wallet and staking it there. Now let's assume DOT does not just pull a 50%, but it pulls a 5x and goes to $50. The difference is astonishing as well. So you would have $7,800 profit if you hold it. You would have $8,500 profit if you staked on, for example, Coinbase. But if you staked it on chain, you would have $9,600. Which is over $2,000 more than if you just held the token on an exchange. But it's not only the earning that is growing, but also you can limit your losses. How? Let me show you. So if you go back to the table, you will see the same example. I purchased 200 DOT at $11, spent $2,200. So let's assume DOT goes down to $8. If you just simply hold the tokens, you would have lost $600. However, if you staked your tokens, you would only be down $300, which is 50% less. Only because you would have gained the 18-20% that you can get through DeFi staking DOT and limit your loss. Now, obviously, deeper the drop, the smaller the difference between staking or not staking. However, I want to say that by staking, you're not gaining USDT rewards, but you're actually gaining the token. So if the token goes back in price, you have the appreciation of the token as well. But again, it's very important to know that the reason why I'm bringing you this video as well, because we are in holding mode. We are holding our tokens for the next 12 months, 18 months, whatever we will see fit. So the probability of these tokens going down in value, I mean, everybody has to decide for themselves. I see it as very, very small. Therefore, staking is something that we all have to look at. Another reason why it's worth staking through DeFi is that you can qualify for airdrops in the ecosystem that you're staking, and you're able to participate in governance votes. So a lot of times within the same protocol, you are eligible for airdrops if you're staking the native token. This is something that you cannot get on centralized exchanges. You have to stake on chain. As an example, people who staked Osmosis last year got the Celestia airdrop, which was worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Do not fade airdrops. I mean, in 2023, $4.5 billion worth of airdrops has been distributed for people who staked coins in a certain ecosystem. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the two mainstream ways to staking. Number one is staking on a centralized exchange like Bybit or Binance. And number two is DeFi staking, staking coins in a wallet on chain. You have probably seen the earn tabs on these centralized exchanges. That basically is staking. You can have flexible staking where you don't have to lock an amount. You can have fixed locked periods. So for example, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and they give you a certain yield. Now, what they do with those coins, probably they are in a good case validators as well, or they just use it for their own benefit. So the number one benefit of using a centralized exchange is that it's super, super simple. You just click on the tab, you go fixed, or you go pick the lockup period, and you're basically done. It is extremely easy to use. It doesn't require any tech knowledge, or it doesn't require you to set up a wallet or monitor a wallet or make sure to securely store your seed phrases. It is accessible, so wherever you can just simply log in if you know your password and you don't have any hassle there. Now, obviously, there are some drawdowns as well. Number one, less control. So not your keys, not your coins. If you are staking or holding any crypto on centralized exchanges, you are at a risk of them going under. Although personally, I believe the bull market is here. I don't think any major exchange is going to go under, at least until the next bear, but you can never know. Number two, you obviously get less rewards. Because the exchanges themselves are validators in most of the cases, you will get less rewards as what you would get if you went directly and staked on chain. And as I showed you in the previous example, these differences can be actually very, very big. And number three, as I said, you cannot qualify for any airdrops and you cannot participate in any government vote if you are staking on a centralized exchange. If we go back to the previous example I showed with DOT, if you stake DOT on Coinbase, you earn about 7% APY. But if you stake it through the Polkadot ecosystem, you are earning 17.6%. And I'm gonna show how you can earn over 18% as well. And we arrived to DeFi staking. So what do you need to be able to stake through DeFi? Number one, you will need a wallet. Now you have to decide what tokens you want to stake. You will have to scroll through. This is what I'm gonna show you in a second, but you will need a wallet. If you are looking at Ethereum or any layer 2s on Ethereum, you will want to use MetaMask most probably. MetaMask is the most popular wallet for Ethereum and it is EVM compatible. So that means that it works for chains like ETH, BSC, AVAX, FTM, and many more. It's very important you can use a hardware wallet, a cold storage like a Ledger, hook it up with MetaMask, so that's an added layer of security. But also when we're gonna go through the steps how you can identify the staking opportunities with your coins, you might wanna use any other wallets like the Phantom wallet or Nova wallet. Now just a reminder, before I deep dive into how you can make money, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already and smash the like button if you like this content so far. I'm waiting. No, seriously, smash the like button. I'm watching you. So for me, as always, it's extremely important to not just give you fish, but teach you how to fish. So the first thing you want to do is you want to identify if there are any tokens in your Moonbag that you're holding that you could stake for extra rewards. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up your portfolio and see what coins you have in your Moonbag. Then you want to find out if they are proof of stake or if there is any opportunity to stake them off chain. The way to do that, you can come onto a platform like CryptoSlate and scroll down here to see all the proof of stake protocols and their tokens. 60% of all blockchains are proof of stake right now, or over 60%. So likelihood is that you are going to be able to find your token here. But if not, at least you know that you can't stake that. Once you've done that, you can go to another platform called stakingrewards.com and scroll down to find the coin that you actually want to stake. So what you can also do, you can just search for it. You can click here the name, you can write what coin you want to stake. And if you see a window like this popping up, that means that you have the potential. So the way to read it, obviously you see the token here, you see the token price here. So here you will see the staking market cap, which means the total value logged, how much dollar worth of token is logged in the system. You will see staking ratio that will tell you the healthiness, basically how much percent of the eligible tokens are locked. So in case of DOT, it's 51%. The higher it is, the better or more secure the network is. And then you will see the reward rate, which is 11.9% in the case of DOT. This shows you how much you can earn through staking. Now, this is not always accurate, but what you can use the platform for is to identify if your coin can be staked anywhere else. If it shows up here, that means that it can be staked, and then you can start doing more digging. By the way, if you're confused with the links and whatnot, I'm still reminding you, there in the description, there is the link to my Twitter thread. You just have to click there and then you can click the links and find all these websites. And if you're there, you know the deal, just smash the follow as well. So for example, if you click on here, you will find all the information about the project. You scroll down, you will see all the information here, the price, stake dot, nice chart. And if you scroll lower, you will see the verified providers. So you will see different pools where you are able to stake. If you click on there, p2p.org, for example, you will see the net staking flow in the 7-day. You will see the stakers, how many stakers there are. And here you will see the asset under management, basically how much is logged through this validator. So this is a great starting point for you to start looking deeper into the tokens that you hold and see where you could potentially stake them. Another tool that I like to use is the CoinMarketCap top staking tokens by market capitalization. So basically what you do, you come to CoinMarketCap, you filter for top staking tokens, and you can find the projects that you can actually stake. The good part about this is that you can read the white paper and analyze the project itself and then match it with the staking rewards that you can gain from them. So basically it's double reward because you are believing in a project, you invest in a project, you believe it will appreciate in price. And if the staking rewards are high as well, you can get a decent yield on it. And as an addition, you can go into the websites of the projects and find information on how you can become a validator. You can find information on Polkadot, on Ethereum, on Solana or 𝗏, and most of the places where that allows you to stake will have a section on their website. Now, when it's all said and done, the question is, are there any risks, Fefe? And yes, as with everything, there is, but if you do it right, and I'm going to show you how you can do it right, the added risk is very, very, very small. So number one, by becoming a validator, you will be subject to slashing or penalties. Slashing is basically slashing a portion of your staked coins. So if you are an actual validator, not a delegator, but an actual validator that you're running a node, you need to have an uptime, you need to have stable internet, all that we discussed. If you cannot fulfill the requirements, you will get your tokens slashed and you can use part of your staked coins. So if you don't want to run a node yourself and you don't want to become a validator, as I explained, you can delegate. Now with delegating comes the risk of trusting the validators. So you need to trust someone that they will have the proper uptime, they will have the stable internet that is required to run a proper validator node. Now obviously we are in a bull market, so I think we have a little bit of easier job when we were in a bear market because everybody's bullish, everybody's excited, everybody's paying attention. So if you pick the top validators, I don't think you can have an issue there, but just to make sure that when you're delegating, make sure that you validate the validator that you are delegating your coins to. Not so much a risk, but something to consider is unstaking periods. So whenever you stake, whether you are a validator or a delegator, you will have an unstaking period. So that you will see on where you will stake, it will tell you how long you have to wait before you can get your coins back. Usually it's like a 30-day period, a 20-day period, but sometimes it's just a few days. So in that period, you're not receiving rewards and you don't have your coins back. It's just a reminder, if you have your tokens logged and the market starts dumping, you cannot take your coins out. Unfortunately, we all remember Luna. And that's the other thing, crashing markets. So when you lock your tokens, you are not able to access those tokens and sell them on the market. So it's not only that you have the unlock period, which doesn't give you access to your tokens, but you're not even able to sell your tokens and therefore simply get stuck and just see the value of your tokens go down. Now, if I was making these videos in the bear market, I would pay much more attention to these risks, especially with the market crashes. But because I believe that in the next 12 months, we're gonna see only up, obviously with little corrections, I don't think it's that big of a risk to lock my coins with a 30-day unlock period. It's just very important that when we get to a very heated top, when Bitcoin is at 100,000, 150,000, start thinking about locking your coins and start paying attention to the unlock periods. Now that said, I taught you how you could find the tokens in your portfolio, how you can verify if you're able to stake them, and what form you can stake them, whether you become a validator node or you are going to delegate. But I love you, so I'm gonna give you 3 tips where I'm staking my own money, what projects or what tokens that I'm looking at, and where I think you can make decent money. Number 1 is staking DOT. Now you saw me bring DOT as an example previously in this video several times, is because they are pretty good. DOT is the sponsor of today's video, but as you know, I only bring on sponsors that I genuinely truly believe in, and DOT is something that I think everybody should have in their portfolio, especially with DOT 2.0 coming up. If you live under a rock or you don't know Polkadot for any reason, it is a layer 0 blockchain that allows communication and collaboration by using multiple parallel blockchains called parachains. Basically, the parachains handle most of the work and taking a load off the main chain. Polkadot 2.0 is changing the landscape and definitely revolutionizing the Polkadot ecosystem, making the Polkadot network more stable, more scalable, more accessible. It is coming very, very soon, so pay attention to that. Now, this was a pitch on why I invested in DOT and why am I holding and why am I bullish on the project this bull market, but that does not explain why you should stake. So let me show you. If you go back to the stakingrewards.com website and you search for based on the market cap, so you filter the projects based on market cap, you will see that the first 8 projects showing up here does not yield as much as DOT. So if you look at Ethereum, it will bring you 3.73%. If you bring BNB 2.4, Solana 7.4, ADA 3%, AVAX 8%, and DOT 11.9. Now I know it is not 11.9 because if you go onto their official website, you will see that it's 17.61% APR. It is 15.81 after commission. But if you're using Nova Wallet, you are able to earn over 18%. Now Nova Wallet is a Polkadot wallet developed and maintained by Nova Summit Technologies. It is an open source mobile app available for iOS and Android, founded by the Polkadot treasury. So I'm gonna take my phone and I'm gonna download the Nova app. So I actually stake my DOT in the Nova app. I'm gonna show you how it works exactly. So when you're in the App Store, you will see the Nova Polkadot wallet. I already have it installed, so I will just click open. It's a very easy to use interface. If you deposited DOT, you will see it show up here. If not, you can just click in there, click receive, and just send Polkadot to this address from your centralized exchange or from wherever you hold your DOT. What you wanna do, you wanna click on staking on the bottom right corner here, and you will immediately see 18.66% per year. You want to click on that. It will give you the TLDR on what you're signing up for. So stake anytime with as little as $1. That's literally $11 that you can start staking with. Your stake will actively earn rewards in 1 day and 20 hours. So that means every day you have a payout. You can stay on stake anytime, but you will need to wait 28 days for you to receive your tokens back. That means if you lock your tokens in, you will need 28 days cooldown period, and you will not be able to access your coins 28 days after you requested them. Also, you will not gain rewards for those 28 days. It says if you stake 450 DOT, your reward will automatically pay out. If you don't, you will have to come in every single day and claim it. So what you do is you go start staking. I will stake most of my DOT. Make sure that you leave some in your wallet. You can't stake all of them. You will get an error message. So leave 1, 2, 3 DOT in your wallet. The pool you don't really need to screw around with. It will give you the recommended one. It will show you 16.36% per year, and that is already the money that you get. That is already the yield that you're getting after the fees. So you can go continue, click confirm, transaction submitted, and it shows up on the top here, and you are able to see your staked amount. You can either click stake more and add to your staking, or you can go unstake and basically unstake the amount. Again, it states that you need to wait 28 days before you receive it. It's great for me now because in this wallet I just staked, but you will see a claim rewards button light up, and you can click on it every day and the DOT gets deposited onto your wallet. The good part with using Nova and staking DOT is that you are able to see all the other ecosystem tokens. So for example, if you hold kusama or Aleph0 or Moonbeam, you are able to see what yields these would get, and you can stake everything in one wallet. Another cool part about this staking DOT in this wallet is that you are eligible for the airdrop. So why staking DOT can yield you airdrops. If there is an airdrop coming for DOT holders, it will drop into your wallet and you will see it under the balances here, which is pretty cool as well. Very, very important. Please make sure that you keep your seed phrases secure. Don't show it to anybody. Don't get it. Don't upload it online. And most importantly, don't forget it. There is no way to recover it, and you will lose access to your wallet. So make sure that you are secured. The second project or wallet that I would look at is the Cosmos ecosystem with Keplr wallet. The reason why I say with Keplr wallet is because when you look at the Keplr wallet interface, you will see that you're able to stake a bunch of tokens like you can stake on Nova. Now, I had a previous video where I talked about airdrops. If you have watched that, you already know how you set up a Keplr wallet. If you haven't, well, go back and watch it, but you will have a Keplr wallet in Chrome extension. And when you have it, you can click here saying manage portfolio in Keplr dashboard. It will bring up a Keplr dashboard where you will be able to click stake. The good part is if you hold Atom, you can just go on down here, you click on Cosmos Hub, you can select the validator, you can choose whichever you want, and you can stake your Atom. Now the good part is, again, you can stake every coin that is listed here. If you invest in the ecosystem, you, for example, Celestia 14%, Atom 14%, Chronos 7%, so you can stake all the coins in the ecosystem, but also by staking through the Keplr dashboard, you are eligible for a lot of airdrops. As I said previously in the video, if you have staked Osmosis, you got the Celestia airdrop last year, which was again thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's definitely worth digging into what coins would be worth holding for the appreciation. And if you're holding those tokens and they are in the Cosmos ecosystem, you want to look into holding them in the Keplr wallet and staking them. One more thing I have to talk about when it comes to the Keplr dashboard is when you pick your validator, you see a column saying voting power and a column saying commission. The commission is the amount that the validator takes off from the amount that you're getting as yield. So if you're staking 100 tokens for 10% APR, that means you are gaining 10 tokens. They are not taking 1% of the 100 tokens that you staked, but they're taking 1% of the 10 tokens that you have received. If you're staking through a Keplr wallet, Nova wallet, Phantom wallet, MetaMask, you do hold your tokens in your own wallet. If you pick the right validators, the only thing that can really hurt you is if the price starts dumping and you have a lock-up period that doesn't allow you to take your coins. There are some things to pay attention to. So at one validator you pay 1% and another pay 9.9. The most important is to check the validator if they are legitimate, and if they are legitimate, check if the percentage can be lowered, or if you can find a validator that takes lower commissions. And the third thing that I'm doing gonna shock you, but it is absolutely crazy bull market vibes. I am staking USDT. Yes, you heard that right. And the reason why I do that is because you want to take profits on the way up. So in the next 12 months, you are probably going to take profits on some of your bags, and you're gonna sit on a lot of USDT. Now, if you wanna transfer that out into your bank account, be my guest, but if you want to stay in the industry, you want to play around with leverage, you want to use real world assets, for example, and if you don't want to leave crypto in general, you have the option to stake your stablecoins, your USDT or USDC on centralized exchanges. The reasoning behind is that in the next 12 to 18 months, we are probably going to see a very trending market, and that means that we will need to take some profits. Take profits. I did not take enough profits in 2017. I did not take enough profits in 2021. This time around, I am going to start taking profits. Now, when you start taking profits, you have two options. You either first leave the industry completely, you transfer the money to your bank account, you pay your taxes, and you're done. Or the other option is to stay in the industry, stay in stable coins, and leverage the opportunities that might arise. For example, early investments or leverage trading, margin trading, whatever you want to do with your USDT. Or what you can also do is that you can invest in real world assets through USDC, get exposure to TradeFi without the crazy risks that the crypto industry holds. I made a video on that, make sure to check it out. So I personally trust the centralized exchanges for the next 12 months. Not all of them, but the major ones definitely. As always, not financial advice, but here's how you can do this. So if you go on to Bybit, on Bybit Earn, you will see that they offer 22% on USDT savings or holdings. The best part is you don't have to lock your coins. So that means that it's flexible. You can just click a button, then now you're in. You earn rewards for 2 days. You can take your money out, you go leverage trade. When you make some profits, you can go back, you can lock again, wait for the next opportunity, and do that all over again. I mean, this literally brings you 1.7, 1.6% every single month on your holdings. This might not sound a lot, but it is extreme, getting 22% on your USDT stable that hopefully will not lose value. I mean, if USDT or USDC goes under, I think the whole industry is done. So that's why I'm not concerned about that. Therefore, the only risk I see with this is to keep your money on a centralized exchange, and you have to trust that the centralized exchange won't go under. Again, considering the next 12 to 18 months being a bullish period, I don't think that's an issue, especially if you look at Binance, who just went through the whole thing they went through, getting the overview that they are having on their shoulder right now. They offer a staggering 27.5% on flexible USDT savings, which is it's just insane. It's just insane. So again, this could be an option. On the road, you are going to start taking profits, and as you take profits, you might want to look at an option where you have a flexibility on locking your assets and earning almost 30% on your stable coins. And that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like this. I hope you now gonna go and put your holding coins, your Moonback coins to use and generate some passive income. And if you do, and if you like this content, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, let me know in the comment section what you thought and what you want me to look at next. I personally reply to every single comment. I might reply with the banter account, as you see here, or I might reply with my personal account, which is the 100x Club. If you're not subscribed to 100x Club, you are missing out on cash rewards where you can win my profit when I live trade, trading off, and much more. So check that out as well. There is a link to the 100x Club YouTube channel down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I believe I will see you in the next one.